And staying in the region for years, American and Western travelers have enjoyed easy, visa-free access to many African nations. But now Namibia is flipping the script. In a move that signals growing frustration over unequal travel policies, the country is introducing new visa requirements for US and other Western allies and visitors. Now, the officials say that it's about fairness and reciprocity, a step toward equality in global travel. But what does this mean for Namibia's tourism industry? Our next report breaks it all down.
In the southern African country of Namibia, the government has announced a significant policy shift, one that requires visitors, especially from the United States and other Western countries, to apply for a visa before entering the nation, known for its breathtaking landscapes, wildlife, and the world's oldest desert. Beginning April 1st, American travelers will need to apply for a visa in advance using Namibia's online visa portal. But those arriving at major entry points like airports and high-volume border crossings will still have the option to purchase a visa on arrival, according to the US Embassy. This brings an end to a long-standing visa-free policy, which previously allowed US tourists to stay up to 90 days without a visa. But this isn't just about tourism. It's a diplomatic tit-for-tat move, backed by Namibia's first female president, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, who took charge last week. Her government is taking a stand against the United States and other Western nations that deny visa-free entry to Namibians. And this move didn't come out of nowhere. Last May, Namibia announced it would require visas from nationals of countries that don't reciprocate visa-free travel for Namibians. A total of 31 countries, including the US and the UK, were listed under this policy shift. Moreover, this decision comes amid growing frustration across Africa over strict US visa policies. Just last month, the US released its 2025 visa waiver list, granting visa-free entry to travelers from 40 countries. But not a single African nation made the cut. And for Africans, securing a US visa has never been easy. The process involves long applications, expensive fees, and high rejection rates. Meanwhile, tourists from the United States have had it relatively easy, walking into African countries without a visa or at most paying a small fee upon arrival. And social media has taken notice of this. Many users are applauding Namibia's move, calling it a long overdue push for reciprocity. Others see it as a bold stand against Western dominance.
And Vugu Nayosi, Black Revolutionary Now. Just wanted to speak on this beautiful country south of Africa, Namibia, and it is west of Botswana. And the most interesting thing that is going on in Namibia is the first female president, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah. And this powerful sister just launched a visa restrictions for the West. Yes. So for years, for decades, white people was able to go into Africa, buy a plane ticket, fly into Africa, no visa restrictions at all. And for too long, you had African people on the continent who used to pay hundreds of dollars, thousands, to try to go to the US, to Britain, to Canada. And I saw a report last year where over 95% of the African people who was applying for visas to go to the States specifically was denied. Yes, I know this sister in Kenya. She lived in Eldoret, so it's like about 8 hours drive, and it's like a two hours or something like that plane from Eldoret to go into Nairobi. And she went to get a visa, so she had to take a plane from Eldoret to Nairobi to go to the visa office, and she was denied. This sister have her own house, she have her own car, and she have a great job, and she stated all that on the application, and she still was denied. These Western countries, these white supremacists, made millions of dollars denying African people. Yes, and I'm sure it goes on in the Caribbean and South America. And this have been happening for years. White people could just pick up and go to an African country without paying no visa. So this new president, Nandi Ndaitwah, she say no more. She say any countries who is not reciprocating the same visa requirements, they have to pay, rightfully so. These crackers have been making millions of dollars denying black people trying to go to the United States or try to go to Canada, try to go to Britain, whatever. So it's about time we see African leaders standing tall and saying no more. These people from the West, they always talk about how great they are, how amazing their economy is. We have the best country, we have the best this, but they don't tell you how they have exploited, especially black nations, the black continent, Africa, and take so much. And we're not going to get into all the resources and minerals and all. We're talking about the IMF and the World Bank that steal billions of dollars. So these people sound like they're so great, but they are crooks. They are criminals for decades, for centuries. So it's great to see this sister. It's great to see this sister in Namibia stand up and say, hey, you white people, you want to come to my country, you have to pay for a visa to come to my country. What the hell these people and them feel we black people, we just gonna put up with the unfairness for so long? White people could just buy a visa, or white people could just go in to any African country without a visa, and we have to go and buy a visa. When I went to Ghana a few years ago, just imagine that, a black man going in to the motherland, the same place where my ancestors have roots, and I had to pay a visa to go into Ghana, we see the lopsided criminal activities has been going on in these Western countries for decades. So a Black Power salute to the new female president of Namibia, who said, hey, yo, the West, you guys have to pay to come to my country. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. These people have taken advantage of Africa for too long. And it's great to see African people standing tall, standing up and saying, you want to treat us like this? Well, we're going to treat you the exact same way. Straight up. So salute to the sister in Namibia and all the people in Africa, all the revolutionary leaders who is standing up and saying, no more free ride, no more free lunches. White supremacy is built on what? What are they built on? Robbing, thieving, looting, extorting Black people, wealth, minerals, any opportunity they could get to enrich themselves, they're gonna do. So when they talk about they are great, look at the things and the criminal things they have been doing for decades, for centuries, to enrich themselves. Western countries cannot stand up on their own without thieving and robbing and sabotaging and rigging the system to better themselves. They can't do it and survive. They cannot do it and survive. We see you, white people. We see you. And we need to call it out. We need to call it out. So respect to Namibians and the new female president. Respect to that sister. It's about time. Peace and Black power. Black revolutionary now.